Today we're going to talk about a common problem, which is when benching, getting a pain here in what is known as your anterior deltoid or the front part of your shoulder. It's a common error, and as a result of a lot of gym users and gym goers never being coached by a fitness professional, coach or personal trainer, here's a few mistakes that people make when bench pressing and how to fix pain here in either your rotator cuff or your anterior deltoid to avoid any serious long-lasting injuries and potential side effects of benching incorrectly. Let's do this. Hi everybody, I'm Adam Arif from Beyond Educated, your channel dedicated to health, productivity and well-being. And today we're going to go over how to correct and fix deltoid, front shoulder, muscles and injuries that have resulted from bench pressing. For a number of years I was bench pressing incorrectly. Not only was I getting pain in my shoulder muscles, it was preventing me from bench pressing. It was that bad. After going on my instructor course and speaking to a lot of personal trainers, I've been given excellent coaching advice and studied some anatomy books to kind of determine the best way in which I can avoid and eliminate the shoulder problems completely. For me particularly, it was my right shoulder. After 6 weeks of doing these exercises and correcting my form, my shoulder muscle is 90% free of the pain. I'm pretty sure that within a few months, the pain's going to be completely gone. If you've not been here before and you want to find out a little bit more about health, fitness and well-being, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now you've done that, we can get started on how to fix those shoulder problems. Okay, very quickly guys, I just wanted to explain some of the anatomy around the actual body parts that we're talking about. You can see here in the diagram on the left, you have your pectoralis major and underneath pectoralis minor that controls and impacts on chest movement. Now the muscle that overlaps that around the shoulder on the left picture is what you would call your anterior deltoid. That runs around, there's 3 parts of your actual shoulder that are involved in that. And you can see that it's highlighted on the right, the deltoid. So what actually we're going to talk about is the different activation of these muscle groups and areas depending on the type of form that you use when you are bench pressing. It's important to recognise that the result of pain within the shoulder tends to come from using too much anterior deltoid in the chest lift rather than engaging the pectoralis major and pectoralis minor and actually engaging the chest muscles. The first way that we're going to fix it is actually without using the actual bar. I'm going to show you something and I want you to repeat these exercises and do them back. You'll find these really useful. Now imagine when you're bench pressing, you can do this by laying flat on the bench, but imagine that you're bench pressing. What I want you to do is retract your arms as far as possible as if you were benching and see how far back you can actually go. So let me give you an example. I want you to hold your hands up slightly above shoulder height and then come back as far as possible. Okay? What you will find is, depending on your mobility and flexibility, is that you won't actually be able to go back in terms of flat with your chest. Now if you can't do this, what it means is that when you are bench pressing, if that is your maximum mobility range, it is the weight of the bar and gravity that is forcing you back beyond your mobility range, and that's causing internal stress and pressure, and particularly because you're high up in the anterior deltoid, which again causes a lot of the problems that people get when they're benching. So let's have a look at that. If you can see that there is a clear gap here. I'm back to my full mobility here, but there is a clear gap here between my shoulder, my chest and actually my hands. So you can see that. Now what I want you to do before you continue on and actually we jump onto the bench is go from this position and I want you to lower your hands. Once you've lowered them so that they're just below chest level, I want you then to do the same movement. Okay, do you notice a big difference? Let me just do that again. My hands are lower. Now look at the difference. There is no gap there. I am fully to the chest. So my mobility when I'm engaging my pectorals means that I'm fully engaging them. Another thing when you're doing it, if you have a look at when you're engaging, you're doing your bench press and you do this, put your finger on top of your arm here. When you retract it and you're high up, you should be able to feel engagement of the deltoid. The more that you lower that, the more engagement you will get from the pectoral muscles and the chest. And this is what we want to be, this is what we call the key or target area that we want to be engaging when we're bench pressing. It increases our flexibility, it increases our mobility, and it also increases the engagement of the pectoral muscles in the chest as opposed to the anterior deltoid. So I want you to just have a go from here to here, and then lower your hands down and move to here, and just recognise how much difference it actually makes to your bench press. Okay, now we've done that, let's take it to the bench and show you exactly what that means in terms of actual bench pressing when you're lifting weights, and where you should look to aim and have your kind of weight when you're bench pressing. So take note guys, the first set of form that I'm doing, I'm flaring the elbows, I'm putting exterior pressure on the deltoids. Notice that there's still an arch in the back, which is what you want to be doing, and that's causing a lot of pressure on the actual shoulder joints, and you can see actually that I'm going beyond my mobility range, and this is not the way that we want to actually perform this exercise. Now have a look at this, the second set. I bring the bar out and I move it forward in front of my body, and then bring it down. There's more tricep activation on this. I'm bringing it to just around in line with my nipples, so the lower part of my chest. So guys, this is the way we want to do it. Keep this form when you're doing your bench pressing, and hopefully you'll be able to correct any kind of injuries or prevent any future injuries. Hopefully that can go some way towards correcting your form and possible injury prevention in future months. If you're interested in a full training program or any kind of customized program to build bigger or develop certain areas, including correct technique, form, coaching, instant messaging with 24-hour response, direct email access, I offer a full range of training and coaching programs. Just go to this website and you'll be able to find out more information on those. Drop me a message at this email address if you have any questions. Thank you for watching guys. If you want to have a little bit of light-hearted fun at the end of this video, have a click up here and check out me squatting my wife, just for fun. Thanks for watching guys, and as ever on this channel, remember, stay educated.